There's one time where I really needed my dad, and this was serious because man was running into the law and everything. No, not like that. No, I think I got singled out for some reason, but I'm very kind of calm with the police. I was driving my black Celica, nice car, but it had a bit of tints in it, and I kind of itched my leg, and I kind of swerved a little bit, but I got back on track. I was like, oh, okay, maybe not that dramatic. And then I just saw blue lights in the back of me, and the police pulled me over, kind of rude. He was like, oh, kind of think you've been drinking, or you have a drunk, or you're on drugs. You can't smell the drink on you at the moment, so we're just gonna search your car for drugs. I was like, okay, just do your thing. So he searched it, and on my keys I had a Cubitan. Cubitan is like 5 inches of like just a metal rod. It goes in your keys so you don't lose your keys. And then he was like to me, he took out my keys after searching my car thoroughly. He came up to me, he told me to stand on the curb, and he was like to me, what is this? And I was like, nah, it's a Cubitan. So he was like, no, at the time I didn't know exactly what the name was, so I said, oh, I don't know. So he's met a rod. He was like, you can't tell me you don't know what the F this is, it's an effing Cubitan, blah, blah, blah. So I looked at him, I was like, okay. So he's like, oh, can you wait in the car, please? You're not under arrest. So I was like, alright, fine. And I spoke to the other officer that was in the car, and I was like, oh, police officers are allowed to swear at civilians. So she was umming and ahhing, left, right, centre, I was like, she goes, well, sometimes these days it's the only way to get through to these kids. I was like, yeah, but I wasn't showing any sign of resistance. I wasn't swearing at him. I was telling him to do his thing. She's like, yeah, I know. So I was like, well, are they allowed to or not? She's like, well, no. So I was like, okay, just checking. And then, a long story short, I got nicked. He arrested me, went in the cell. He was like, oh, you only been there about half an hour. We'll just check our database, see if you're known to the police. If you're known to the police, then we're going to book you. If you're not, we'll give you a warning and send you on your way. I wasn't known to the police. I was never known to the police until then. And then when half an hour became hour became 2 became 3 4 became overnight. And then I got charged with the possession of a defensive weapon. Now, I didn't actually call my dad at that time because I thought I was going to be out in no time because I wasn't known. And I was innocent in this. I wasn't. He was trying to put words in my mouth like, "Oh, what do you carry it for?" I was like, "I carry it. It's my keys. It's part of my keys. It's okay. I don't lose my keys." And then the lady was trying to question me in the car, but we were just having a genuine conversation. And she was asking me about my marriage coming up soon. My computer was in the car. She said, "What do you do?" She asked me if I do martial arts and all that. So it's all very leading questions. And then. Yeah, so as I stayed over in the cell overnight, I didn't actually call him at that time because I thought I'd be out, and I thought, you know what, if I don't find out, he's gonna do some stuff. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll be back by the night, and nothing would ever happen. Then went to sleep, conk out, came out, and my parents down at the cell as soon as I come out waiting for me. And then they were upset. The fact that I was like, why have I got nicked? They were just mad upset. But as soon as we got home, I explained this whole situation to him. And after he had his little shout and rant and saying, come on, what was that about? He kind of calmed down. We had a giggle about it, and he was saying basically everything's going to be alright because he knew my intention. My intention was not to carry it in a certain manner. And he was there for me from the get-go. And this took a long process. It was from February to December. I was going through courts, left, right, centre, and the whole legal system is a bit of not too keen on it, to be honest. But we were going through it, and then my dad was there every single step of the way. My mum and dad, he was there every single step of the way, every part of it. Every time I went to court, he was there, and at the end result, I was found not guilty. So I kind of wish I kind of called him before because he could have been there from the beginning and helped me through it. Because of that kind of hours that I spent in the cell, where I was by myself. And if I'd have told him, I knew he could have been there and he guided me through it. But because his reaction afterwards, he was there for me anyway. So I needed him at that time, and he was there, regardless whether I called him or not.
win. And he went and won. He went into training, he went crazy, harder than he ever did before. That's where I regard the house in. It's that win-win situation. You can go back in the house, recharge, win daddy. When your wife says, go for it.